Okay, I think we're back on. Let me just turn on the old camera. Lovely stuff. And so, boys and girls, welcome back to the channel. It is, of course, your host, Mighty Startle, and I've got back from watching Halloween Ends. It was an okay film. It wasn't too bad, but it was really good for the first half, and then the last 10 minutes sort of destroys the entire film and ends up being garbage. I feel like they sort of, against marketers and so on, sort of moved in, or what do you call it, the higher ups, and changed where the narrative was going, and so you ended up with a bit more of a disappointing Laurie versus Michael Myers again for the upteenth time, which was a bit tedious. But anyway, we'll be finishing off Dead Space 2 this morning. Then in the afternoon, we will try and play some more Dune Spice Wars, because that is almost. I've almost finished most of the nations for that, and so I thought I'd give that a go. Anyway, we'll carry on. See where we are left off. I think we're pretty close to the end of the Dead Space 2 playthrough now. It's been fun. I've been enjoying it. I'm hoping that Callisto Protocol is more like this as well, because it's actually a really good game. I really enjoy playing it so far. So I think I've got all my guns and ammunition I need. Yep, I am literally stacked, perhaps too stacked. Uber stacked would be the correct term. Let's sell all this crap. Yeah, diamond semiconductor. And finish off buying what's left of the ammunition. F. Let's buy all the plasma cutter rounds. There we are. Good. Now I'm going to find out where I need to go next.
Shit, no waypoint. What the hell?
No waypoint, that's not very helpful. Not very helpful in the slightest. EarthGov. At least it's all new and modern. This area. It gives you a nice change from the mines, which is rock and necromorphs. Okay, let's get out of here quick. See if I can get out of here quick, which I can't. Oh. No, 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 no. Got you, got you. Can this stop now? I guess not. Although this was a fun experience, would like to know where to go now. Can't go that way, it's still sealed off. Go this way? Nope. Oh, power cell then. I mean, I don't need it anymore, but still it's nice to have. Oh, it's over here. Bleh. Let's go here before any more necromorphs turn up. Oh. Good. Get out of here. Okay. I suppose we go to the toilets. I'll leave you guys to it, because I know what happens to you. I like how you don't actually really fight the human enemies, you just sort of run through them, or run past them. So you never really fight other humans, which is cool. Still make you feel very alone and isolated away from humanity. Should have thought that through, shouldn't you, boys?
You compromised the compound, you idiot! If any of them reach the marker, fall back! Fall back to the marker chamber! We have to seal it off!
No, you shouldn't kill me then. I didn't do this, you did this. I put this back in and reseal it. No. You'd think you could put it back in and reseal it now and carry on with your journey, but I guess not. Get off me. Oh, I hear you. Mr. Owl guy. Well, you did this to yourself. You just let me through. This would not have happened. You've all let the nap. I have no sympathy. What a shame.
Isaac, where are you going?
I don't know.
That's why I'm here, Isaac. To show you the way.
Do you know the way? I hate how modern memes have ruined everything for me. Like, you know, now every single like line of dialogue is a shitty fucking meme associated with it. Fuck off. Fuck off, head. Mind.
All staff must be accompanied by security past this point.
Shouldn't be a problem. Oh. It's a body puzzle. Wrong body. How about you? Nope, wrong body. Quite the puzzle. Get up. Gotta find more bodies then. Nope. I mean, more or less picked up every body in the room. The body's over here. Not really. I mean, I'll pick you up just in case. Am I going to get stuck on this puzzle? I bet bloody not. Oh, okay. Wow. Apparently that security guy's allowed in, but everyone else is just sort of doomed.
Kenner Phelps, research log 43509. I can't stop thinking about the formulas from patient 4's last session. They're so clearly ordered they keep playing back in my mind. The final configuration seems within reach. I can almost solve it myself. It's funny. I was telling Travis the other day that it's almost like it wants us to succeed. I've never seen anything like it. Once we finally solve this heuristic stabilization problem, we should be able to start growing the layers of the marker from the mineral baths.
Okay, there's 14 chapters. Where are you at, zombie? Not in there. Nice try. Solid attempt. Oh no, you don't. Oh, a waste of health there. Cool. The workbench here. I need a lot of those stasis packs. Because I know what's coming up. Regenerator. Not my favourite guy. Can you That's come out of nowhere, why don't you? Couple of them. Unless it's, what do you call it, set to come at me when I'm least suspecting it. I don't need that semiconductor. There you are. I need duration. Otherwise the next day is going to be a pain in the ass. No, it's a hide and seeks. It's a Shy Guys. This looks like a Shy Guy area. There you are. There's my Shy Guys. Missed. Look, I like Shy Guys. Much as the next man. I truly do.
Buddy Worthington, research log 16671. It's the same signal. Dementia and codes and blueprints are all caused by the same signal from the marker. It's the people that are different. Smart people see codes and blueprints, but to everyone else it's just noise. Noise that drives you mad.
Good to know. What I would like, though, would be a power cell. Do you know where I can find a power cell? I ain't seen any over here. Let's put it back in, can I? No, that'd be far too easy. Oh, there it is. There you are. Still a healthy deployment of saves, so I can't complain.
What is that? I can feel it in my head.
We're getting closer, Isaac. The marker knows you're here.
I still don't know what to do.
But I just want to touch the rock.
You will.
No, baby. Of course, you could have turned this into a fun area of loads of monsters getting like chopped to bits, but no. To turn it into one of these areas. Not used to easy enemies. I'm wasting all my ammo. Double tapping. Still, that was a fun experience. I mean, I don't understand the practical application of such a machine. Like, should we build a very dangerous laser structure inside the building, which could chop people to pieces? Oh, it's fabricate. It's a fabricator. Oh, I get it. I get it. Okay, game, you win this time. Been a while since I've seen any necromorphs. Normally you're throwing them at me. I'd say it's around about this period when the game starts getting a bit tedious. So this is like, oh, let's just keep throwing necromorphs at you.
Research log 43546. Success. The modulator held up. It is a fully expressed physical representation of the heuristic algorithms from patient 4, with no breakdowns. The construction schedule begins in earnest tomorrow. Celebration is tonight. I hope I don't black out in the middle of the party. I'm anxious for some reason.
Oh. To an extent, I feel sort of sorry for these babies because they must have like had to crawl their way all the way from the station, all the way over here. So all this effort is get slapped unceremoniously. As long as you're not the regenerator, I don't care. You can keep coming at me all you want. Dude, stop. You guys just cannot stop yourselves, can you? Let's get out of here. My gun! It's doing less damage. Waste of ammo. Get off it, get off it, get off it, get off it. Oh, where were we? Right, what have I got in terms of equipment? Got a lot of stasis, running out of good ammo, got a few, one, two, got a few good ones, got a few bad ones, nothing too bad. Cool. What have you got to say for yourselves? Disappointed in the evacuation decisions, consequences will be dire at us all from the Overseer. Sorry, dude. Sell all the good stuff. Sell a couple of these as well. F. Buy some medium health packs. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then buy ammunition out the arse. Get that duration up. So when I freeze Mr. Regener, he doesn't come and get back up within 5 seconds. At this stage, I would have just, if I was like one of the guards here, I would have sneakily got on one of the dropships and got out. I wouldn't have stayed around. Like, you know, this is a doomed enterprise. You don't want to be folding back to do your last stand at the marker.
Oh my god. I feel dead.
And it does nothing apart send you crazy.
What? What are they doing?
They're all coming to the marker. Convergence is at hand.
I knew you were trouble from the start, but they told me you were necessary. That your mind was the purest. I spent years sifting through your demented brain. This is not the way it was supposed to happen.
Well, how was it supposed to happen,
They
Timon?
had it under control. Clark, this is not our fault. We were so close to understanding it. It's all those bodies you let in here. It's triggering a convergence event. But we never expected this many bodies.
What the hell is it doing?
What the marker spotted.
Do. Isaac, you have to make us whole.
I do love a good old foghorn. Time. Let's do this.
Machine, just like Strauss said. I remember this. The machine activates the parts of our brain where the marker codes are stored. But how does that threaten the marker? What were they afraid of?
Me. Us. Working together.
Step 4.
Yes. Are you ready?
This is gonna hurt, isn't it?
Yes.
It doesn't make any sense unless she's going to do the ultimate betrayal.
Step 1, crawl inside. Step 2, the screws go tight all around. Cross my heart and hope to die. Stick a needle in your eye.
Stop moving your eyes, you potato. If you keep moving them eyes.
Nicole! Where are you?
Follow the light, Isaac. I'll be waiting for you at the marker.
Not before
What do I
Mr.
do?
Reparo turns up. I think you can run through most of the areas there. There you are, Mr. Reparo. Go away.
Tideman, this evacuation is illegal. You know that. Don't you dare tell me what I can and cannot do on my own station. My grandfather was running the place all before you were crapping your diapers, young man. I don't need a lecture from you, and you know I'm right. Project Protocol specifically forbids evacuation in the event of a breach. I have spent my whole life in service of this community, and I will not stand here and...
Whoa, I'm getting butt pounded right now. What do you mean I got no health? Oh, I have loads of health. Oh, I see him. Okay, I get it. Oh. Oh. Stop. No, that's locked. Open, open, open. Goodbye. Excuse me.
Entering vacuum.
Oh, I hate killing. I hate uncolourful enemies. That's like my worst thing. I hate it. I don't think the regenerator will come here though. That's right, you go hide back in the hole.
You're fighting it, Isaac. You can't fight it. You have to let me go.
I'll never see you again.
Isaac, stop it. There's no other way. You have to.
Let me go, let me go, let me go. Oh, there's nothing really of value in here, so I regret coming. No more regenerator. Please. Okay, I think this is a safe area.
This is it, Isaac. Convergence is almost here. Meet me at the marker.
I think we're pretty much at the final junction. I don't need to use that anymore. Okay, and then of course we can buy a load of health. So we're going to buy a ton of those medium health hits. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then buy a load of these. And then I think we'll buy... I can't really afford to upgrade you, so we're sort of stuck with this. Pretty much plasma cut our entire way through this. In fact, we did. So I haven't got our entire way through this. Oh, I know. Nope. Nope. Get off me, 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 get off me. Yeah, I know you're back. See you all in hell. That was a fun experience. Gonna tank my way through this. Oh god! Leave me alone. Yeah. I hated the regenerate in the first game as well. Oh. Blessed convergence. Take me.
The research in that marker is worth every life we just lost. I won't let you throw all this away.
Well, Tybon, you had a brief interaction with Isaac before he died. Pretty standard.
Thank you, Isaac. Now, time to die.
What?
Okay, so she was crazy. Okay, that makes sense now. No, that makes sense. She was a double agent, but why would you believe her anyway? But then again,
Yours is the last body we need to be reborn. The Makers must be absorbed.
The Makers? You mean me? But Strauss said we could destroy the marker.
Not if we consume you first.
God damn it, I trusted you! Fuck you! And fuck you, marker!
get the fuck away from me, you little shits. Oh, okay. I'm trying to shoot her. The problem self-corrects itself. So the thing is, like some of the QTEs with Nicole when she's still being a bitch early on, if you don't pass them, she kills you. And so it seems counterproductive for the sort of the marker's sort of mindset or the agenda to kill the makers if they need them for conversions. But that's just my yeah, it's just a bit of a weird one. Bit confusing. Anyway, I'll let you enjoy the ending without my face. Also, because I need to get something that is not a... get a bit of video which is not... what do you call it? Does not show my face for the thumbnail. I always hated the last part of this level. I also hated the regenerator in the first Dead Space. That really was really stressful because you can't deal with it. That's the thing. Like it's a threat that will always be persistent.
You complete bastard! Was this your great plan? Dump me off and die?
Full of bad ideas, remember?
Yeah, well, here's another one. I'm crashing through the roof to get you. Now move your ass.
Wait, no, Ellie, it's too late. So clear of the station.
Yeah, well, you don't really have a say this time. Heads up.
Yay! The final sequence. Don't worry, your relationship will end by Dead Space 3 for needless drama.
Holy crap.
Really, Ghost Nicole should have been friendly with Isaac the entire way to trick him, instead of being a pain in the ass at the start. Unless acceptance of guilt is a necessity of the marker making process, which is unlikely.
What?
And there you go, a wonderful game. A really fun game. It still holds up today. It is very linear, but it's just a really enjoyable experience. What you see is what you get. Really fun, sort of interesting combat mechanics with dismemberment and kinesis and things like that. Really unique and fun weapons if you decide to use them. An interesting lore and plot. It's just a really good third-person horror, sci-fi horror, which is hard to come by in most. And as you know, with the current market of video games, it was a product of its time. Hopefully, the new Callisto Protocol, this will allow a renaissance, and there will be game developers will save us from the current market of garbage. But that's highly unlikely. But hopefully it will lead to at least a good game this year, as opposed to the many garbage, zero effort pieces of filth that we see today, which is often seen in mobile gaming industries and, of course, even mainstream developers these days. So I'm hoping that the new developers from Callisto Protocol do create something really nice, really fun, hark back to the good old days, and we see another sort of renaissance of third-person sci-fi. Of course, there will be the odd spin-off and so on and so forth, or what do you call it, copycat game, but I'm quietly confident. These the developers from the previous Dead Spaces, or what do you call it, guys behind it, are working Callisto Protocol, and we can tell they were passionate about making good games when they do their commentaries on that of Dead Space and so on and so forth. It's when you play games like this, these sort of ageless classics, and it is an ageless classic. You can replay this without any issues on modern machines now, and still have a really fun time. When you play games like that, I'll turn on the video again. There you are. When you play games like this, it really just goes to show how far the gaming industry has fallen in terms of quality product. Like, there was no bugs, or there was no clipping, or well, maybe there was one or two, but there was no clipping. There was no bad animations that were just allowed through the release process. There was no shallowness. The environments didn't look tedious and empty. It was just, this game is a colourful, enjoyable, linear third-person survival horror. Like, each area is crafted. The only one area I didn't like would be the mining area, because it's just a mining area. There's not a lot going on there, and I feel like game development these days decides to not to flesh out their level design. They're not to flesh out the in-game lore, the building, the environment, like that, to immerse the player. And instead, it's really these basic assets, these basic. There's not a lot of environmental storytelling. A good example of the environmental storytelling in this game is like when I was in that mining area. We went to that life. We're going through a certain area, and I saw a load of bodies outside this sort of life pod area, or this lifeguard, which was made for miners doing cave-ins to hide out there. And of course, they couldn't get in because they didn't have a power cell, and of course, I could get in because of the power cell. And you could just see the 3 bodies there, as a subtle story to tell you, which you could ignore completely if you were a potato or just weren't interested. But because I was, you could see the lore being built into the game of these miners trying to flee from necromorphs, and in doing so, well, getting stuck outside that door because they didn't have the power cell. It's just the little things that make a good game. Of course, you need a good gameplay. You need good gunplay. You need good combat. You need stuff that makes the game enjoyable throughout the duration of the game, and then of course you need to build upon that. There's no point. You need to make a great game. You need those good basic underlying mechanics, and then those fleshed out backgrounds, those fleshed out lore, that fleshed out environmental storytelling, an interesting plot, which of course this game does in spades. And I feel like, again, with your modern games, especially Ubisoft is known for it. It's like it's repetitive, empty, soulless, sort of massive worlds, which are fun initially, but then the gameplay loop becomes extremely repetitive as you're forced to go through the same quarries and the same houses over and over again. Whereas I can go through this game without any sense of repetition. And you can argue, well, that's an open world game. It's like, well, maybe they should reduce the size of their open world to have a more fleshed out lore, or more fleshed out environmental storytelling, or more fleshed out assets, so every place feels unique. But of course it doesn't, because one of the big selling points is it's 6 times the size, or some garbage like that. However, this is just a wonderful example of a good game by a good development team in an era when gaming, where quality of product was still held high, and effort was still being made to make a good quality product. I mean, you still have good quality game development these days, like your Rockstar with Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, that was a good quality game. It's easy to get burnt out on that game, but it was a good game. You've got, of course, I suppose Dune is a good one. But in terms of linear storytelling or horror, it's just gone by the wayside. I think we'll see a renaissance for the Callisto Protocol. I like to think so, because if that sells extremely well, but then again, it has to be good. I don't want it to sell extremely well if it isn't good. Like, but if that sells extremely well and it is just the old formula within a new sheen of paint, then it will hopefully be a bit of a nudge to these massive gaming corporations or these massive publishers that if you want your games to sell, they need to be good. But people right now are just selling garbage, repetitive, empty garbage. Like what is currently on the Steam stores at the moment? I mean, it's not a good indicator because it's been a slow month, but you got 2K33, PGA Tour, Wolfenstein 2, which wasn't that good. Terra Invicta, Troy, again, a good example of soulless, bland gameplay. Stranded Alien Dawn, which looks like another settlement simulator. Warno, again, there's no flesh on the bones of these skeletons. Scorn, again, like really good game design, level design, but everything else is just it's not all round. It's not all rounded. And then of course your Dark Tide, which will just be another Vermintide, but with guns, or with sci-fi plasma guns, or whatever called laser guns. It's disappointing. And then of course you've got things like Stormworks, which is just an early access game, War Tales, SnowRunner. Like none of these games sell a holistic packaged experience. So that's all open world, or all sort of these basic sort of games with basic levels or limited designs, which just gives the player the duty to make the game on behalf of the developers. Still, I can't wait for the Callisto Protocol. I can't wait for effectively just the Callisto Protocol, because there's nothing really else out there which is going to be AAA or large scale. It's just, I feel like the game industry is dying. Like you could say it's morphing, but I think it's contracting really badly into this mass of these shallow mobile games, these shallow not even console games these days. Games you can just play on your phone has become the new market, and of course it's been shallow as hell. And the PC market has struggled. I mean, Elden Ring was one of the big games that came out, I think this year or last year, which of course was again a hark back to the old gameplay style, which was of actually making games and not selling it off piecemeal, and making sure when the game released it was a fleshed out product. Of course there were performance issues, which again I didn't particularly like, but it was a fairly ambitious game, so I am willing to overlook that. But you think about the big games coming out this year, and there's just not a lot coming out, and it's just a tad. I mean, you can blame the environment and COVID and all that sort of stuff, but I think we're in for a really bad time in the gaming industry right now. If the number of gems coming out each year is that much, like proper AAA gems like this, not your AA sort of buggy, but the devs are new, so we'll overlook it. Not your and I think it's the consumer's fault as well. The consumer these days is more. I mean, I'm more willing to accept early access unfinished games if it looks promising, but then of course you've got the big games and the expensive games that people are spending money on and buying pre-ordering it. Why would you pre-order a game? Like, I understand in the early days when you used to have physical copies, you pre-ordered a game so you would not miss out on the game. You wouldn't miss out on getting it in the stores in case it was a really popular game. But these days people are pre-ordering on PC for what? A couple of consumables? Just in case you forget to buy it? It doesn't make any sense why you would pre-order the game when there is no more added benefits to pre-ordering. And there are some really shady practices some of these industries do, like buying or getting new levels, or if you pre-order online, or for the digital copies, or like with Total War, where you unlock the Greek factions if you pre-ordered and you couldn't unlock it otherwise. And it just feels really... I feel like the degrade in the quality of gaming is not just a result of industries, because of course they'll just make money and they'll make the money via the easiest option, but also the fault of the consumer, because if the consumer was more willing to go without, or more willing to say, I'm not going to purchase this, and wait until it's improved or sale, then developers would not be able to get away with it. And I suppose we have seen it to an extent. We have seen it in, say, Battlefield 2042 and so on. But even then, that still made money. It didn't make lots of money, but I think it still made money because people were still willing to buy the game before checking to see if it was good, or not refunding the game, or not doing their research. They just go, "Oh, new Battlefield game." Maybe it's a new generation. Maybe the new generation just doesn't give a shit. Who cares? Me being a boomer. Me being a filthy boomer. No, I'm a millennial. I'm a millennial, I'm not a boomer. And that, I believe, is the end of the credits. So, I'll probably be back on for a bit of Dune Spice Wars after lunch. Until then, I suppose I'll see you all later. That was Dead Space 2. If you haven't played it, give it a go, or play the first Dead Space if you want. Just make sure you change the frame rate back down to 60 frames per second or 30 frames per second, because the game just spaz out if you don't do that.
Flight Team EG9 to Control. We have completed the flyby. There's nothing left. I repeat, Titan Station has been completely destroyed.
And the marker?
Negative. Nothing survived this, sir. Marker Site 12 is a total loss.
Pity. Recall all flights and return to base. The other sites will have to pick up the pieces.
There you go. Now I must delete my save, so I don't have to, I can't, okay. Well, I'll leave it at that, boys. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all after lunch. Adieu.